The Toronto Maple Leafs.
The Ottawa Senators.
The Battle of Ontario.
21 years is a long time ago, but a lot of the same character types remain as we enter this new generation. There are still two fellow countrymen wearing the C. There's the offensive firepower, and it wouldn't be a Battle of Ontario without some agitators who will be willing to raise the temperature more than a few times over the course of this series. A true battle, a best of 7, and it starts with Game 1, Leafs-Senators. Long overdue.
This is something that I've been looking forward to for a long time, and I think it's only fitting that it's a Battle of Ontario right away.
The 5th all-time edition, the Battle of Ontario. The legacy continues.
Not a bad scene for a Sunday night.
The atmosphere exactly what you would have anticipated here with real buzz in the building.
We're focused on this team, focused on our mindset going into it, making sure that we're prepared, and we know that they're going to be ready to play as well.
The battle lines of this rivalry well established from the nation's capital to the country's biggest city. It's back to the future for a next generation Battle of Ontario starting tonight on this Easter Sunday.
Energy as you would expect with this rivalry getting heated up again. First time in 21 years, what do you expect? Well, physical play, trying to set the stage, that's the difference between playoffs. It's so much different than regular season hockey. You have your head up, know that when you make the play, you're going to get hit.
Austin Matthews fires first stop for Omar. Block, holds in the line. Here's Beckman Larson, scores!
Something that they haven't had a lot of. Offense from the defense.
He'll leave it for Lott. Centered it in front. Bjornstrom off the line. All the way. Oh, the Leafs come close.
When you make a play, you're going to get hit.
Knocked down by the Maple Leafs. Ahead. It goes. Marner's got a breakaway. He shoots. Holy mackerel! The Leafs have a 2-0 lead.
Rod up with the puck. Cousins. Stopped by Stolarz, rebound scores! And Ottawa has got their first on a goal by Drake Batherson.
And they're right back into this game.
Been a good start to the series in the Battle of Ontario. Riley lost it, Tkachuk's got a break. He's in alone. Brady Tkachuk stopped. Pinto dropped by Stolarz.
What a start here, end-to-end action.
Got the first penalty of the game.
Puck back on the far side for Nylander. A pass that was deflected right on another net and score! Johnny Toronto! Johnny on the spot!
Another penalty in the offensive zone, and for Travis Green, he talked about the importance of staying out of the box.
Bump to Tavares, loose puck, Matthews. A 5-on-3 for 44 seconds.
Tavares wins the draw. Nylander steps into the slot and scores! Willie Nylander rounds it home for a 4-1 Toronto lead.
We are through 2. Artem Zoo up high, Pinto right on. Rebound, another stop by Fuller. Rebound scores. Ridley Craig.
Robertson looking back at the blue line, got it back to the point. Riley with a wrist shot. And the Maple Leafs have regained a 3-goal lead.
Here's Shabbat. That's a block by Nye. We got a penalty. The Leafs with 2 power play goals in the game. Started with a face-off win by Tavares. It's loose in front. Nye there. Scores. The hand's okay. Drake might have a step here on Marner, trying to cut him off. Got a penalty, and we may get more action before this is done.
Penalties coming up, and now they're going out.
And Adobe involved on the ice in the late stages of a game that got out of hand. Taken out heavily and then tackled. But not done yet.
You want to send a message if you're the Sens, but more importantly, they were undisciplined when it cost them the game, essentially.
It's a battle. I didn't really understand all of it, before. I've watched it in the past, obviously. There's some hatred there for sure, and it's pretty good. I enjoy it.
Game 2 of the Battle of Ontario. look into the eyes and tell me what you see.
Shorten your shifts up, we go hard 30, and we get off, we get new people on ice here. Discipline, stay disciplined, stay composed.
The second game of the Battle of Ontario. Trying to get it back to Matthews. In front, and he's off the post. Another turbocharged start. Give it to Nylander, quick shift, irrigation on it. Riley scores! And the Leafs strike first.
That's it, boys. Hell of a start, eh? Hell of a start.
What a goal, Dan Stolarz down low. Matheson in front. Cousins. Stolarz down. Snow Angel. Penalty coming up.
Come on, Will. Make him pay, buddy. Make him pay.
Down low, Tavares. He'll set it again. Scores. And the Leafs have a 2-goal lead.
How about that power play?
Will kill the clock here in the opening period.
Couldn't ask for a better start if you're the Maple Leafs. Your core four guys are setting the tone.
What do we got?
We got penalties, Ridley Gregg and Stolarz, game within the game.
Big opportunity. Ottawa power play on the draw. Giroux able to beat another former Flyer, Scott Laughton. Side of the net in front. Scores! Brady Tkachuk, and I think he'll get credit.
He puts it between and right off the left skate of Brandon Carlo.
And we're through 2.
20 minutes to go in game 2.
Matthews behind the net. Powers in front. McKay, great pass. John Tavares. Sanderson with the back crusher. Going at it here in this edition of the Battle of Ontario.
Quick double shift for Stützle. He had just gone off and he's right back on looking at this matchup.
How's on? There's a score on the deflection, and Ottawa has tied it. First shot of the period for the Senators. Driving the lane. It's a cross-fighter dies, and Hobart down. 90 seconds to go. It'll be Dylan Cousins. Glove stop. And a beauty by Stolarz.
Oh man, what a finish here. Tied at 2. You know the next one's going to be big.
Greg Matheson cutting in. Dylan Cousins getting back in a hurry. Nice in front. Matthews. That's blocked in front. We will go to overtime in game 2 of this Battle of Ontario. Tim Stützle tried the short side shot.
Matheson into the slot, intercepted by Benoit. Benoit carries back for Toronto. He's in over the line, dropping for Max. Max into the slot, shooting, scores! Max Doty scores for Toronto in overtime. The Leafs win it 3-2.
And for the first time since Ty Domi was a Leaf, Toronto has a 2-0 series lead.
Isn't it just wild how the hockey gods can treat you?
Thought back then would be saying, I bet you one of their kids will score a goal in one of these series.
King, my dog. He's down, baby. Hell of a game. You down. My dog. Oh, yeah.
First star of the game, Max Domi scores at 3:09.
Hey boys, you guys sacrificing your body, make my job a lot easier. Johnny, over goal tonight, nice, but it's going my way, man.
Boys, 2 down. Let's keep it going.
It's going to take this whole city, this whole fan base, and I'm really excited to share this moment with them.
May 23rd, 2017, the last time playoff hockey was in this building until tonight. Game 3, Battle of Ontario.
Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for
Playoff hockey is back in the nation's capital for the first time in 8 years, and you can feel the pent-up energy and excitement. Tonight, Game 3 in the 6-1-3 from Canadian Tire Center. Takes a puck from Tkachuk. McCabe. Tkachuk will jostle to set an early tone.
You know that there's going to be confrontations.
Canadian Tire Center sounds great for the early going.
See the intensity of every one-on-one battle.
Up ahead it goes. It's a break. William Nylander and Hobart.
Big body. Cleven's a big guy. He turns, knows it's coming. And the reverse hit.
Clock drains, and we are done one. Nylander going to get called for a trip. It's going to be a 5-on-3 for Ottawa. Sanderson hands it off to Giroux. veteran along. Look, scores! Claude Giroux! Ottawa's got their first lead. Bill McWilson cuts it in. Stolarz with the stop. And Ottawa's going to get called for the high stick. Nylander, his shot blocked. Nice in front. Scores! Power play goal.
It's nice.
Leafs get even. Sanderson off Stolarz. Right side, Nylander. Into the middle it goes. Tavares to one. Rebound. And a diving play. And the Horn, we're through two. Just wide of the net. Riley sends it in. Russer scored. Austin Matthews. 32 seconds into the third.
Just an amazing play again by Mitch Marner. Hard wrap around and watch the play by Marner. Right through his legs. Past Sanderson.
Giroux to the line. Here's Brady Tkachuk with a shot. Scores! Brady Tkachuk ties it at 2.
This place that was really getting nervous and kind of quiet. The captain comes down the left side and fires one short side to tie this game up.
So Matthews scores to give the Leafs the lead. The Ottawa captain Tkachuk answers 2-2 here in Game 3. Chance here. Batherson kicked away. And the horn sounds. 60 minutes. And we're not finished yet. And here we go to overtime for the 7th time in Battle of Ontario history. It's the first back-to-back overtime games in Battle of Ontario history. Canadian Tire Centers rocking.
Benoit! Holy Mackinac of all people! He sets up the winner in Game 2! He wins Game 3! Simon Benoit!
Isn't it amazing, role players, and just how important they are to the success of a team.
And the Leafs take a 3-0 stranglehold in the Battle of Ontario.
Simon, is that the biggest goal you've ever scored in your life?
I don't score much goals, so I would say yeah.
You know what? The fourth one is the hardest one. And the one thing I know about our team is we're not going to lay down. We're not going to go away. We're going to be ready to play.
To be honest, it doesn't really mean anything. Like you said, the fourth game is the hardest one to win.
There's always adversity, always challenges in life, and it's all about finding a way. Our backs up against the wall, and is where our true character is going to show up.
Put ourselves in a good position, but that fourth game is always the hardest.
Whether you're up 3 or you're down 3, the next game is the most important one.
The belief that we have, never out of it. I know we're going to play with absolutely everything that we have. No, there's nothing really to save it for.
On the brink in their own rink, the Senators look for their first playoff win since 2017. The Leafs vying for a sweep against Ottawa like 2001. Game 4, Battle of Ontario from Canadian Tire Centre.
The teams are in center ice, and the puck is dropped, and we're underway.
You sense the anticipation and the energy in this one with so much at stake. Now that's a penalty you just can't take, and he gets the stick up into the face of Pinto.
Stützle scores his first Stanley Cup playoff goal.
There's what you're looking for, that positive first step.
Here's Jensen shooting on the line, still in the blue paint. Somehow it stays out.
Perron's overzealousness here is going to get the Leafs a power play.
Trouble along the board. Nylander one-hands it back. It gets past Corner to Pinto. 0-3. Pinto. And it rolls in. Short-handed. And it leaked through. The final minute. Tanev up top. Here's Nylander. His shot. Scored. Tipped in front. John Tavares has the Leafs on the board. Time's going to run out in this opening period. To check with one more hit. That'll cause a little bit of a ruckus before we're done. Matthews was left alone at the Ottawa line. Here's Nylander in. Well, stop. Linus Ullmark.
Plays around the net and some great sticks.
The shot off the pole. Cleared to the line and out. Nyes racing after it. Nyes beats his man. He's got a breakaway. He's in a goal. Scores! Holy Mackinac! The big kid just blows by the Ottawa defense to tie the game at 2.
That's going to do it. We are through 2. Tied at 2. Ottawa trying to avoid this being their final period of the season. Nylander in. Shooting. Rebound. And Holberg got buried in front. And now the other way. Perron's in to the back end. Stopped by Stolarz. The late man soon. In front scores. It's David Perron.
David Perron ignites this building and gives the Ottawa Senators a 3-2 lead.
It's loose in front. Holberg, chance. Oh, what a stop. Robbie Pacioretty. Holds on. Drink one. And Larson scores.
OEL! OEL!
On a brilliant seam pass from Nylander.
Tie game
consecutive game. Over the line, it's McMahon. His shot, and Hallmark penalty coming up. Batherson got the stick up on Tanev.
Ottawa number 19, double minor penalty. I stick it.
4-minute power play for the Leafs. Going to try and put an end to the series. Nylander, nice! Carter in front, a tip, a rebound chance. Down goes Greg, still loose, and may have glanced off the post. Matthews fires it, and Pinto will clear. Almost through the first half of the double minor.
Hit the knob with the stick of Allmark.
Gets it out. They're going to get to it. Zetterlund won't stop. Matthews just missed. Now Domi and Allmark just got enough of that. On his backhand, put that high, and Stolar's got a piece of that. Played to the line, but not out. Sanderson. And the Senators still have life. Still alive and headed to Game 5.
Ottawa lives another day.
Toronto has continually come up short this century in big games like this, a chance to eliminate their opponents.
Great energy as you would expect in this building.
Brady Tkachuk's bound to take the series back to Ottawa. The Maple Leafs look to close out the series, staying set. Game 5 in the Battle of Ontario. David brought in front, on the line, a pile-up, and they're going to take a look.
Off the post, off the pad, and it's Morgan Riley that really saves the day there, isn't it?
Maybe a break here, and out comes Stolarz. And the thrower begins to fly to Ekman Larsson. In front, in the skates of Nyes, and a penalty coming up. They took it to the net in the first 9 seconds. Again, a hot shot. Here's Matthews out in front. Matthew Nyes, slot Matthews right on. Turn aside as Hallmark looks sharp. Nyes after the whistle with a shot. Clock drains here in the opening period. 2-on-1 here. Matthews. Chabot scores! Gets it through, and Ottawa has struck first in Game 5. And a high stick. 5 boards on the ice. Tavares in his spot. Stopped by Omar. And it's forced out by Pinto. Back door, but Sanderson cut off the pass.
Probably a goal-saving play.
Have the Demons arrived again?
Nothing's ever easy, and the more you want something, the more difficult it becomes to try to get it. And if you're thinking about the result, that can be the case. You can't help but maybe have some negative thoughts. The change has to come with the collective group.
Here's Riley in shot block. Marner follows, and stopped by Omar. Great A opportunity. Here's Lorentz. They got a break. Steven Lorentz is in all the way and can't get the shot off.
Frenetic pace as Tanev getting it through. Great positioning by Allmark and the blocker and the stick combination there.
To the opening 40 minutes of Game 5. Penalty coming up on the play, and it's going to be Ridley Gregg.
This is just a play that you can't take. You give a power play an opportunity again.
Matthews, pass, picked off, intended for Marner.
Gaudette moving in, Cousins scores! Short-handed goal by Dylan Cousins. 2-0 Ottawa.
Power play that was dominant early has given up 2 shorties.
In front, Matthews shooting off the post. Nice, trying to jam it. Net is empty. No icing because Giroux got there first. Here's Giroux in front. Stützle scores. 3-0 Ottawa. Game 6 is on the horizon. There's Tkachuk, a couple of assists, and now a goal.
And a 4-0 Ottawa lead.
And now we'll set a tone for the next game. We're going to Game 6.
Linus Ullmark is the story tonight. He provided the backbone defense, his first career playoff shutout.
One team ready to head home to blow the roof off Canadian Tire Centre. The other heading back to Ottawa to silence the whispers from ghosts of the past.
Do you believe you have cast a seed of doubt in your opponent?
I think so.
1 in 13 in closeout games since 2018.
The tension is rising in this series and around this Leafs team.
The only pressure to me is the guy beside you in the locker room, your teammates. You don't want to let them guys down.
You always talk about pressure in the playoffs. I think certain players like pressure.
Naturally, there's highs and lows in life and playoffs. Just go out there and give your best effort, doing it for the guys in the room, competing for one another.
Brady Tkachuk said this city deserves another game in this building. What a scene throughout the Canadian Tire Centre. Whether your heart bleeds blue or bleeds red, It is beating through your chest in anticipation for tonight. Game 6, Battle of Ontario, pure insanity.
Battle on Game 6, and the crowd here at Canadian Tire Center in top playoff form. Here comes Ridley Greig to the net. Another in front. Nylander to the edge. Off the post. Still scoreless. Great action. Sanderson jumping. Touchdown.
It's going to be an interference call at the Chuck.
Power play 0 for 30 in elimination games. That last power play goal, as you saw in the pregame 2018.
Matthews scores!
Slid it through.
And the Leafs end a long drought with a power play goal.
It's going to do it for the opening period in Game 6.
Pacioretty partially blocking that. Nylander does. He's in. Nylander with a shot. He scores! Willie Nylander! 2-0 Toronto! Holy mackerel, what a shot!
Shabbat will take the shot. Scores! Tipped in front. Brady Tkachuk.
How about this tip up and over the shoulder like that? Close it to a one-goal game.
Pinto, loose down is Stolarz. Marner spins, and Allmark with the stop. The period's done through 2 here in Game 6. So here we go, third period. The defending Stanley Cup champions awaiting an opponent. Here comes Stützle back in again across in front.
Back to even strength. Here's Perron in the corner.
Oh, scores! Perron banks it in off the back of Stolarz. The Magic balloon. We're tied at 2.
Down to the wire we go.
Oh, what a great game this has been. It's been intense right from the get-go.
Max has it back to the goal. Tony centers in front with a shot. They score! They score! The Leafs third line! Max Pacioretty in the slot! The Leafs take the lead! 5:39 to go!
Allmark signal to the pitch, gets the ball. He's going off. Extra attacker comes on. To the final minute of the third period in Game 6. Out in front, and Nylander down the ice, and glanced off the post.
Here's Sanderson at right. Blocked there, and the Leafs get it out. Willie! Now you got it, Willie! Now you got it! Penalty coming! Scores!
2 on his birthday for William Nylander.
It's the sacrifices you have to make to get a win. Lawton brought here for this very reason.
And it will do it. The Leafs are bound for the second round. And another showdown with the Florida Panthers. And the fans saluting this Ottawa Senator team that has arrived. Handshakes, the 5th Battle of Ontario. Once again, this one goes to Toronto. And the captains meet at center ice.
2 guys that could talk hockey all day right there in Travis Green and Craig Berube.
Well, they're arch rivals. Battle of Ontario, but a lot of respect.
The Florida Panthers are coming to Toronto. The Maple Leafs slay some demons. The big boys show up, and the Leafs win it 4-2.
Feels great. A lot of noise on the outside, but I think just the belief in this group in the room, the belief in one another to just go out there and play shift by shift. Proud of the guys. That's one step. Big game tonight, and just keep moving forward.